Ryuuken, I hate to break it to you, but your mama, she kind of a biatch. You don't mess with Masaki Kurosaki. You don't do that. And she was coming off as a straight biatch. So this chapter of Bleach, for the most part, it was showing the progression of the holification that's going on within Masaki. It's slowly starting to develop. She's getting the hole in her neck, and it also introduced Urahara into the situation and how he's going to try to reverse the holification process. Now, at this particular point, this is after the events of what happened in Turn Back to Pendulum arc, after the visors were infected and were becoming hollows, and Urahara vowed to basically reverse the holification process. So we know this much, that he already knows what to do. It just really depends on what it exactly is. Maybe it involves giving some of your Shinigami powers to them. I'm not exactly sure what it is, but something is definitely going to happen where maybe Ishin's going to have to give something up, I'm assuming. Now, we see in the beginning of the chapter is more set up with him leaving a note telling Rangiku, I'm going to the human world, do my work, I'm out. And the Captain Commander ain't retarded. Captain Commander Yamamoto ain't stupid. He's not an idiot. He knows something is up with Ishin. Now, I don't know if he has somebody tailing Ishin. I don't know if he has somebody watching him, but Captain Commander ain't dumb. When he asked that question to Ishin, I already knew, like a chapter 2 back when he asked him anything else happened. I already knew that he's on to Ishin and he knows that something's up. So he's not going to have just like, Ishin doing whatever he wants. And this is probably going to be some events that get Ishin thrown out of Soul Society. And maybe this is also why he's going to have to go to the human world. Maybe he's going to get kicked out. Also, the fact that he's dilly-dallying with Urahara and Obara Quincy is just going to look like betrayal to Soul Society. First of all, at this point, Urahara is still considered an outlaw. He's still considered, basically running from Soul Society after he did something wrong. So him being with Urahara, not to mention being with a Quincy, two Quincy's, trying to help a Quincy that's infected by holification, he might get thrown out of Soul Society very soon. So that's another big thing about this chapter I probably set up is he's doing what he wants, and it's going to get him in trouble with Soul Society. And ultimately, not too much really happened in this chapter other than the fact that we saw that Ryuken's mother is a bitch. The holification is starting up now. It seemed a little coincidental. I wasn't really feeling that in the middle of a striking conversation, the holification started. I didn't really care for that. I was like, it could have happened at any given moment, but it just happened when Ryuken's mama was going wild on Masaki, like, how dare you, and this and that. And also, Katagiri, the bitch that actually snitched on Masaki, not feeling it either. I hope like Ryuken gives her the pimp smack or something. Like, how dare you? You snitch! Like, yo, you went with Ryuken over there to that battlefield, and then you got the nerve to tell on him and tell on Masaki? Like, nah, that ain't flying. That ain't flying. I understand why she did it. She did it mostly looking out for the best interest of the Quincy, so I can respect that, but you still a snitch. You still did it. And nonetheless, basically, it's just going to lead up to whatever the next chapter Urahara is going to tell them, basically, what they have to do to reverse the holification process. And also, ultimately, this might lead, maybe she's going to turn into, in the next couple chapters, that Vasto Lord, and Ishin's going to have to use every bit of power he has to put her down, and then ultimately maybe losing his powers, not to mention getting kicked out of Soul Society, and that'll be where things lead up and how ultimately Ishin lives a normal life in the human world. That's where I'm guessing mostly where it's leading up to. So yeah, this chapter, a couple things happened, not too much. Wasn't really feeling that whole coincidental thing in the middle of a really important conversation. Oh, my neck! I wasn't really feeling that. But ultimately, it was a pretty interesting chapter. And hopefully, we get done with this flashback, because I believe they said that this was actually the climax. That's why we got a color page, which the color page looked pretty nice. I liked it. If you see it, it was like, I believe, Ryuken in the cover and a couple other people. I like that color page. So this is ultimately going to be the climax. So maybe we got 1 or 2 more chapters of this flashback, and then we're going to hit back to the current timeline. I mean, I've been enjoying this one, but it is starting to drag out. This is, I believe, Nothing But the Rain part 7. So I'm good on this flashback. 1 or 2 more chapters, and can we please get back to what's going on in the present? I'm just saying. So yeah, ultimately, I give this chapter 2.5, 3-ish. 3 is good right now. 3 is good because it did give some important things, but ultimately it felt like a lot of like filler with Ryuken's mom. Like, shut up! Just shut up! I hate when you have people like, you're irrelevant, just shut the hell up and let things go. I hate those evil, not stepmothers, what would they be, mother-in-laws or whatever, like, just shut up. Thank you. Yeah, let me know what you think of this, guys. First of all, is this going to ultimately lead to Ishin getting kicked out of Soul Society for what he's doing, helping out Quincy's, dilly and dabbling with Urahara? Is that going to lead him getting kicked out? And also, do you think that Masaki's going to transform and Ishin's going to have to go up against him in the next couple chapters? Because I can see that happening, and maybe after he slays her, it'll like calm down in her, and she'll ultimately, just be normal. But I did want to mention one thing that I spoke with a friend, and he kind of reminded me, and that's that if Masaki a couple chapters ago was able to take out this holified, Vasto Lord looking motherfucker, then why did she lose against Grand Fisher years later? If somebody could give me an idea what's up with that, that would be great. I hope it's not a plot hole. I hope it will make sense, because right now, aside from her being injured, of course, right now, but Masaki looks like she's a beast. So for her to get taken out by Krusty Fisher, things don't add up. So if anybody want to give me an idea about that as well, that would be great. But that's all I have for this review. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Thumbs up for Masaki Kurosaki. Even though she's going through it, even though Ryuuken's mama is a biatch, even though everything that's going down, I still got love for her. I'm just saying. I'm ForneverWorld, and as always, people, have an awesome day.